Okay, hello guys. This is Big Fish. Let me just get out of this for a while. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about some stuff that I have learned from playing this class for a little bit over maybe 15 games. So, what happens is this class has very high damage. I think that's one thing that I can just say straightforward. This class have really good damage. Now, let's go to the cons. Okay, the cons is this class sucks a lot because one, it's very slow. It does have really good damage, but because it has like high damage, it's made to be really slow, and because it's slow, it's hard to clip any of the skill damage in. But one thing that I see that really helps a lot is the fact that the Vorpal Thrust, you can sort of linger it like so. You can kind of like you can stall the second hit for quite some time. After reading this one for quite some time, this thing you can sort of stall the second hit up to 3 seconds. So let me just do this thing like probably a little bit over there, and yeah, one. Okay, this is the full combo. Very good. This is pretty much the full combo here that you just saw just now. It's really good. Very high damage. Next is I'm gonna be talking about the skills a little bit. Yeah, this thing Draconic Shockwave has like movement speed debuff. As you see here, 25% for 10 seconds. That is a lot, guys. A lot. Okay, that is not just a little bit. That is a lot of damage. Okay, very high damage. And it doesn't only deal a lot of damage, but it actually also causes so many stuff happening, which is like it slows people down, so people get about that's 25%, so give or take like 0.85 seconds of delay. So this thing is really good. And for mass PvP, you can change it to like forward guard. Next is this Rip and Tear. This skill is not that good, it's just for farming. Now we're gonna be talking about some different things I found out. That this Vorpal Thrust has really good lingers. I think you can linger it up to 3 seconds, like so. That's about 3-second linger, maybe. Really good, really good stall on the second hit. Very nice. And I think you can use that a lot as a way to sort of invite people in. And then you can like use a second hit and try to attempt a daze, try to catch them when they dash. You can linger catch people with this very often. Very nice skill. But yeah, you can't really maneuver it as well as if you're using like say Primrose or GM. You cannot maneuver this skill that good, and I think that is one of the worst things about it. It just doesn't really do anything. It's just there. Alright, so next we're going to be talking about a couple more skills in the arsenal. Yeah, pretty much this class have really good like skill sets, I would say. They deal very high damage. So I think one of the things that I see is this class is really good at trading, especially with this skill, the Wings of Ruin. This thing has, as you can see there, 1.4 times 3, that's give or take around that's, oh wait, give me a second, that is 4,200%. That is a lot of damage. I'm not kidding, man. That is a lot of damage. Well, I mean, the skill damage increases by 5% while charging each time, so you can get up to like maybe 15% extra damage at maximum charge. And of course, PvP damage taken 30% while charging, so you're much tankier while you're charging. The skill damage by 5% during Ionic charge, so yeah, it gets roughly around 20% bonus damage while you charge it full with the Ionic charge. But the main thing is this one, Ionic Overflow. This thing, you need to get Ionic charge first, and then if you use Brimbolt Wave or Wings of Ruin again during the Ionic charge, it will give you Ionic Overflow, like what you see here, which is really good. This thing increases basically 200% of the skill Brimbolt Wave or Wings of Ruin. This is really good, guys. I'm not kidding. Very good skill. And I mean, 8% PvP damage dealt is not a ton, but this class's base damage is already so high. I don't think you need any. I think it actually needs to be nerfed instead of like buffed. Probably like 5% PvP damage dealt, or like just remove that and give this class like PvP damage taken, which is probably a lot more useful for the class, because although the class hits hard, it's very soft, guys. It has no actual like damage reduction in any way except during the charging of Wings of Ruin. Yeah, pretty much that's how the skill goes. It deals a knock up, so it's quite nice. It has really good way. It has a really good CC. As you guys know, knock up is the best of the tier 3 CC, which is well, basically it's like stun into daze, into a knockback, and then into a knockdown. So it's like it's a tier 4 CC, and the best one out of them all being knock up, and then knockdown, and bound being the worst. This thing, you kind of need to press it only once and just flick it, because if you press it a bit long, two of them will come out like you see there, and you cannot cancel. You cannot cancel the second hit. If you let it hit twice, you cannot cancel the second hit with evasion. You can't do it. So you're kind of in a really bad position if you press it too long. And yeah, it's just really messed up. That's all I can say. I tried canceling the second hit with anything, it just doesn't work. So it's just really sad. And I think that's yeah, that's pretty much like what Brimbolt is. Brimbolt Wave is that. That's about it. And I think the last thing I want to talk about is this skill, Wings of Ruin. This skill is a lot better when you're not actually charging it, which is kind of funny, because while you're charging the Brimbolt Wave, although it does more damage, it's not by a lot, guys. This is not the same case as Karthas's of the Berserker's Reckoning. It doesn't go the same way. For Karthas's, the charge actually scales the damage by quite a big margin, going like from 100 to 150 to 200%, which is actually really good. But for this one, for this class, the Wings of Ruin's charge does not actually increase by a lot. It's only 5% for every stage of the charge, so it's not a big deal or whatsoever. And continuing with this one, this is the Mark Thanan's Flight. It's only invincible during the first jump, the initial jump, not during the skill. During the skill, it's still super armor. You still take damage the same way. Yeah, that's basically how it works. And yeah, this thing does break forward guard if you manage to land behind them, but it's very hard to land behind the opponent, because it's a really hard skill to kind of like maneuver through. And I'm just using this Brimbolt Tempest on my skill set. This is my arena skill set. If you want to see, this is the arena skill set. Yeah, so I use the other one for just an instant knock up in case you kind of need it. I was contemplating on using Azure Claw, but the way I see it, this thing sucks. So yeah, I think what could work is you can go like Vorpal Thrust into Azure Claw and then knockback. But in my opinion, the extra slot is kind of full. Probably there's not really any other skill that we can change into, and I think that the skill, the instant knockdown, is a lot more useful, because when you're really out of knockdowns, it can really help you on that tiny bad situation. And I think that is about it for the class. I think I've explained thoroughly about the reviews that I have for this class. Yeah, this class is just really slow, guys. That's to be honest the only downside. The rest is just okay. As for the combo, it's basically Vorpal Strike, Vorpal Thrust into the knockback skill, the one on the bottom left, and then you're gonna use like Brim. Make sure 3 slashes come out, and then you're gonna use Wings of Ruin. That's pretty much how the combo goes. Or I'll just type it down here. With that being said, let's just jump into the arenas and see how we do. Oh yeah, by the way, hello, Somsug Bear. I don't speak Thai, bro. Very sorry, I don't speak Thai. Yeah, I don't speak Thai. Okay. Alright, hey. Well, there's a lot of people here, probably testing the Drakania as well. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's go to the arenas. And I think I'll just turn off the mic here and just get you guys to see how I do. I'm by no means a pro at Drakania or something. I just play the class a little bit. But I guess this is just something that I can show you guys. Yeah, I'll just commentate on maybe the first 3 matches, and then you can just watch the rest. So this is pretty much how you do. You kind of want to start with just using the Vorpal Thrust once, and you can invite people in using the second hit, and then you can go into Wings of Ruin. As you can see there, if you charge it, it actually goes worse, because when you're charging it, it makes it harder to land, guys, because it's like a fully charged Reckoning. It's really hard to land a full one, so often it's just better to just tap it once. You can pretty much use it, like if you want to charge it, probably use it to like trying to like outplay your grab or something, or I don't know, if like you just low on super armor and dodges and you want to buy some time, then maybe you can charge it, but most cases you don't really want to charge it. You just want to click it once. The damage difference is very minimal. And I think that's gonna be about it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and just watch the rest. There's quite a lot of ghost touches because my battery is low, but aside from that, I really hope it doesn't really change anything. Well, if you guys understand, basically ghost touches is like when your screen kind of touches itself and you start pressing some buttons that you don't actually want to press. It happens a lot, and sometimes you can't even press anything. So yeah, if that is out of the way, just enjoy the rest of the video. I'll probably put some dope music, and yep, enjoy the video.
Authentication successful.